Hello, welcome everybody. Hello, Charlie. Hello, Peter. Nice to meet you.
Hi, Armin. Hi, Charlie.
Hello, guys.
Nice to have you here.
First time in the show, yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I'm so curious how it will be like, being guest in such a show. Yeah, it will be big night, big afternoon,
show.
whatever it is.
It's not
It is
such a
just
show, it's the show, This is
it's this show. Absolutely. I know. I just want to set the mood to more like chill out or something.
that we can
Like
progress in then. Okay.
yeah, let it escalate. Let it escalate.
Oh yeah, I understand. Yeah,
Big crescendo at the end.
He's filmmaker. He knows how to build up a little tension towards the end.
Yeah,
Of course.
yeah. Little music, and being a little, dramatic. So yeah. So a little comedy and so on.
Okay. Charlie. So this is the first time you're on air with serious archers.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. I don't even know archers personally. I
Really?
know I don't really honestly I don't know single archer personally. No one, nobody, nowhere. I just don't.
Because they can't get you. Because you're running.
He's always running too fast.
I'm too fast. I just heard about them, but never saw them.
They are somewhere around.
Yes, so I know that they stand on a point, but I don't. So yeah, that's probably that's the thing.
So let's dive directly in it. So Charlie is the running archer, and many of the viewers most probably don't know you yet. So this is your chance. Tell us a little about you, where you are, what you do, where you come from, where you want to go.
Thank you for joining.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you very much. Short version or mid or long version?
Short version. It gets longer at the end anyway, so better short.
I love archery through all my life. It's something that always been something like, I want to know this. I want to be able to take the bow, arrow, and shoot right in the middle of a target. It was like my child dream. So I got my first bow when I was like 12, 13, and it was nice. It was some, I can't remember what bow was it, something normal with normal arrows, and I was practicing without absolutely knowing how I should do it. I would just saw maybe Lord of the Rings and I wanted to be like Legolas, so I was like trying to be like him, but never succeeded. And bow was long forgotten, and I was like, yeah, maybe once. And then
sorry, that's what I wanted to ask. So you got influenced by what? By Lord of the Rings?
Yeah, definitely. I would say that Legolas was it was like the thing that I want to be like him. It's so amazing how fast and how accurate and how great hair he has when he's doing it. But, when I was like 17, 18, I really had hair like this, black hair, because I was metal guitarist. So like, and dreaming about fantasy world with archers and something. Then I turned 17, 18, and I wrote my first book. I wrote 25 books until now. And this first book is fantasy book, and it's about, let's say, young man who wants to become a knight and be protective and saving princesses and something like this. And of course, his master teaches him how to use bow. So it was something like my dreams were a little bit sort of reflected in this book. So he uses bow all the time, and he's getting better and better. And he's famous for jumping on the tree branches and shooting. It's fantasy, so it's possible. So he's jumping on the trees and shooting, and it's great. He's unstoppable and a great hero and whatever.
Like Tarzan.
And like what?
Like Tarzan. Tarzan.
Tarzan with bow and arrow,
yeah.
Tarzan has bow and arrow.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay.
At least leg spark ahead.
Okay, but he shot longbow most probably, right?
Of course.
Yeah, of course.
He's a real man.
Yeah, the real men shoot longbows. Yes, that's why we are not real men. We are simply we are toy archers. You get used to it. You get used to it.
Being a toy archer it's okay.
Sissy archers.
Yeah. and then time goes on, and I started to make a YouTube channel about floorball, which is sport that it's played mostly in Europe with plastic sticks. And it looks like ice hockey, but without skates and indoors. And you're playing with the ball with little holes in it, just goalkeepers with the mask, something like this. pretty popular thing. And I built this channel in the last 3 years, like to 21,000 subscribers. I made it in Czech language, so only Czech and Slovak people can understand me. And it was pretty successful. It was great. And then Corona hits, you know, every sports were closed, so I could do nothing. And I decided to quit because I'm a little bit too old for this sport. It's more like for younger boys and girls, like 21 to 25. It's the best, and I'm like 32. What I can do, and my knees are not as it used to be. So I decided to quit. And then I was thinking, like, what can I do? Even when we have these Corona times, I have beautiful, great garden. What sport can I do? And I was like, yeah, I used to do archery. It was great. So I ordered some horse bow and some wooden arrows, and like I want to do it again. So I started to shoot from the left side, Mediterranean. Like, yeah, let's practice. And I was standing and shooting to a target and breaking all the arrows because I'm absolutely not able to hit anything. So this was like start, and then I saw some videos, mostly yours, Armin, and it was like, I want to shoot from the right side. It looks great, and with all these arrows, you know, in your arrow hand and like this, I need to practice that. I need to try that. And the bow I had was with this window, so it's almost impossible to shoot from the right side. So I sold it, and I bought the other one. And I started to practice this, like, I want to do it. And, you know, all these beginnings were a little clumsy. And I was developing my skills. And in one point I was like, okay, let's start a YouTube channel about archery. I want to do it because I do something a little specific, because I move when I do this. So it was like, I want to move, like, I will walk at least. I don't want to stand on a point. I want to walk, like, from side to side and shoot. And it was great. So do it a little faster. And what if I will, you know, slowly run? And it works. So what if I run faster? And what if I go into turns? And what if I jump? And what if I shoot multiple arrows, you know, just one each other? So, and this is how running archery, you know, started to live, at least in my garden, because I expect that I'm not the first on this planet who do this, but at least I'm the only one online now who is documenting his own path to be running archery.
I saw a few years ago a Chinese guy, I think it was, he was running, he had his GoPro then, whatever, in head mount or whatever, and he was running through the forest and shooting while he was running. So I thought it's interesting, but I'm a little too old for this, so that's why I said.
I understand.
And Charlie, is it just because, like you said, you didn't like to stand stationary and shoot, or was also the idea to do something different nobody has seen before? Or is it just really because you like to walk or to run?
You know, needless to, very, very important to know about me is that I'm sort of type of guy that need to do everything very quick and very fast. For example, if I make videos for my clients, my key, let's say, advantage is that I'm freaking fast. You know, I can record a video one day and the other day they can have it. Even it can be really hard interview with many, you know, B-roll segments and everything. So I'm pretty quick. For example, today they brought me 6 products to make photos, and I made the photos, and at night I will edit them and I will send them to the client, and they pay me for this quickness. So so to stand on a point for me is like, I don't feel it. It's not natural for me. So I don't like this, and I need to move. Of course, even I shoot stationary, because if I practice some technique, I don't need to run all the time. Yeah. But most of the time I need to have some movement in it. So the origins were not to be the only one who does something different. The origins were, I want to do something that I enjoy really, like what fits me like a glove.
So it was not just marketing, you're doing a different thing, but it was by nature you don't like to be slow or so.
As you say, by nature, it was like from inside, like move, do something, just don't stand like this. So I was pushed from inside to be in this moving segments.
And the other cause, you made it public, you made this channel and videos and so on. So because you quitted the other channel with this hockey sports, or how you call it, I don't know.
Yeah.
And you wanted to make a new thing on YouTube and be successful.
I have two channels. Yes, I have two channels. First is about books, because as I'm a book writer, I'm reading out loud my books. So I have channel about I'm reading my books and motivational videos and some shows about writing books, and people like it, like 4,500 subscribers right now.
Good.
And because I like to do something and it motivates me to improve, because I need to something that will push me to improve. Mm-hmm. If I will do running archery just for myself, I will not be that pushed to go to the edge of what is possible.
I understand.
So I want to turn on the camera and be as best as I can and learn as much as I can, and then share it with people.
Yes, that's very common with successful and interesting people. They need a kind of auditory, a kind of public that they bring out their best.
Mm-hmm.
And under pressure, you are better than you are alone in your garden. Of course.
Yes, that's called extroversion, and that's me.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm extroverted as hell.
Interesting.
So that's the story, and
I have to say what I see when we teach. We teach obviously archery, but we have the special archers. I said there's always a group of better archers we have already. They come here since a while. And then sometimes we do walking and shooting. So not running for safety reasons, because around the archery range, there are houses and streets and stuff like this. So when they run, they can struggle and an arrow can go somewhere. That's why we leave it now for walking. But it's interesting to see the mental issue they have, that they include now the legs. Normally they stand and shoot and they know everything they do. And now they need to walk and shoot. And the target is, I mean, we do moving targets with throwing discs. They have no problem hitting them. But when they move by themselves, not sitting on a horse, or when you push them, last time I pushed someone on a skateboard, it's easy. But when you need to walk, I don't know, it's different. So it's a different approach. And it's very interesting for that you get this together then all. That's why I think running archery is quite interesting for developing it in a different way.
Yeah. And because we have so many viewers, you know, they are in combat and in battle fantasies and so on. at least what you are doing is nobody would expect. So if you imagine in a book, in a fantasy book, or in reality, but it isn't in reality, everyone would wait for you to stand still and shoot.
Yeah.
So if you're able to shoot while moving, you have the surprise advantage, you know, because nobody.
I can imagine that. Yes, I can imagine. I mean? Yeah, absolutely. I'm not dreaming, but I'm imagining it. Like I'm thinking about the things I want to do. Like if I'm in a battle, or if there's somebody behind me. For example, tomorrow I will release a video that is about shooting backwards while I run, and it's like, if I'm being persuaded and I only have bow and arrow, can I survive this if somebody's behind me? And of course I can, because I learned how to shoot behind myself, and even behind myself, like, you know, to the other side while I'm running. So it's possible. And like this,
You know, maybe, you know, I also writing books with a main character who is an archer and a kind of superhero, but not like Hawkeye or so, but he uses the bow and arrow. And so I spent a lot of time thinking about what are the advantages of the bow and arrow, even against firearms or so. So one thing is this. The other thing I came to is you can make a bouncing a ricochet shot. You can't do it very easily with a firearm to shot at the concrete wall and the arrow will go around the corner, but you could do it with a bow. The other thing is, if there are some persons with firearms and one person is with a bow and maybe a knocked arrow, the opponents would say to all these firearm guys, lay down this Kalashnikov, lay down this Glock. But the last person, they would say, lay down your arm, would be the archer, because they don't imagine that he can raise the bow and shoot in 0.5 seconds. So there are some advantages. Last time we featured out, if there is a kind of duel, a kind of combat in the darkness, you would see the gun blast from the firearms in the dark, and you can shoot at the gun blast, but they wouldn't see where your arrow is coming from.
Exactly.
So there's some
amazing. Yes, it's great.
And I also thought how to use a bow as a weapon, or the compartments of the bow. You can use the string as a garrote. You can stab one with a long bow.
Of course,
it's like a spear. A longbow.
Yes.
These Howard Hill style longbows I use, these are very, these are not flat bows. They are D-shaped, so they're like a spear. So
yes,
you can do a lot of things with. Yeah. One thing I came up with, maybe Armin has read it. I wrote one scene where a guy had a gun and said to the archer, "Raise your hands."
I didn't receive the second book.
Oh,
it was supposed to be delivered yesterday. I had to order it the second time now. DHL said they will deliver yesterday, but
Peter need to earn more money. It's obvious.
Yeah.
Today.
Let me say this one more thing. And they didn't. This bad guy didn't realize when the archer raised his hands, his right hand comes to his back quiver, where he's carrying his hunting arrows. So he could throw out an arrow and throw it like a knife, from the back quiver.
Yeah, this is really unexpected.
Yeah.
You have no idea what the guy is doing with his hand like this.
Raise your hands.
Raise your hands.
Lay down that bow and raise your hands. And so he comes exactly to his arrows here on the back quiver and can throw it into the face or somewhere of the opponent.
Yeah.
It's great what you are talking about. I love this, and I definitely need to try many of these, like shooting from the concrete wall and stuff. It's gorgeous. I need to do it.
It's absolutely possible.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yes, I will place a target to do this shot. I need to try this, and it will be on the video, and I will thank you in this video.
Like billiard playing, billiard, boom boom.
Billiard, boom boom, yeah.
And you know what the trick is? Charlie, what the trick is? It's very simple. It's very simple. You have to put on that wooden wall or what you use to have the arrow bounce off. You understand? You erect this stuff, and then you shoot, and you make the center of you adjust the target where the arrow goes to. You point a spot on the wall.
Yes.
You shoot at that spot, and if you hit that spot, the arrow will bounce off and will go exactly in the bullseye. If you adjust the target, you understand?
Absolutely. That's it. That's amazing. I need to do it. For example, in one
with two, you can even do it with two, like Baron Ferguson did. He had two walls, bouncing, and going to the target. Look, Byron Ferguson videos. He has a car tire spinning. Behind the car tire was a balloon, and he shot two ricochet shots through the spinning tire into the balloon.
It sounds too amazing. I need to see that. I will check it right after this.
Maybe you should stand in the first place. Stand.
Yeah, you should stand.
Later you run and shoot against the wall, but take it slow, okay?
Imagine when he's running and shooting at that ricochet
shooting a wall and
hitting a balloon or so. That looks great, I think.
You need to imagine there's a wall in front of you and the wall sideways with a door opening, and the enemy is behind this wall, and you run there, you shoot through the door opening and kill the enemy. He would never expect, and you could not do this with a firearm.
Like from nowhere. Exactly. Also, I was thinking, and if there's some combat situation, so I'm having arrows in my right hand, so it's easy to shoot to the left. Okay, like there is a wall, and I can just lean and shoot. So just a little of me is to be seen and to be shot from a gun. But if you want to shoot to the right, you have to expose yourself. Great thing is to learn to shoot from your with arrows in left hand and do the same to the other side.
Ambidextrous.
You will not expose yourself like almost none, and you can hit the enemy very easily, because with the gun they will not be able to do it so quickly, and it's really clumsy. But if you are trained, you will be deadly.
Easy.
Because
and the other thing
when they know you, they expect you always to look out from the same position, and then you switch and you come from the other position and you surprise them again, of course.
Because you showed like you shoot here, and of course in the afternoon I watched your videos, and I like to say one thing about your shooting style. One little thing. Everything is fine, but in my opinion, you should raise your right elbow a little. You are here down.
I know. That's my weakness.
Straight in line with the arrow. If you pull down, and you only can do it with a weak bow. If you have a strong bow, you wouldn't do it.
Yes, that's true. Yes. I know that's my weakness. I need to work on this. I'm practicing it all days.
Don't want to criticize you, but
it's okay. You're most welcome. Thank you very much for this. It's okay.
This elbow is so crucial. The position of this elbow is so crucial where the arrow goes. People simply don't realize that.
And if you don't do it well, you tend to pluck the string. You know, if you go down here and not back in a straight line.
Yeah. And thank you. It's very important for me. I do archery like for 1 year, so I'm learning everything.
And one more thing, if we are at criticism,
yes, please give me more.
Always turn your left shoulder to the target. Try to turn your S to the target when you're shooting. Never shoot like that. You know, you always have to shoot like that. You understand?
Yes.
I understand it's difficult when running because sometimes you shoot like that. But
yes, there are positions which is very hard to be like this. Yes.
Do adjust your running so you always have the left shoulder at the bullseye.
Yeah.
Never shoot in another.
Makes your life a little easier when the shoulder points towards the target. Yes.
And
easier life is fine.
And you will have the full power of your bow. Because if you do this, you draw the bow, and if you do this, you can't draw the bow.
So yes. Don't have power it's short. Yeah, of course, it's short. Yes.
Yeah.
On the other side, even in horse archery, I wrote that they never full draw the bow; they draw 80-90% of the bow. So because sometimes when you shoot over the horse's mane, you have no other chance. When you sit on a horse, you can't turn your body. So when you can turn your upper body. And you can't twist from your pelvis to the shoulders 90 degrees. So you will always have a slight 45-degree angle, but you still need to be capable to shoot forwards. Or when you do the Parthian shots backwards from horse. So it's a little, you need to adapt to these things.
Armin, that's just because they are riding at a special place. If you're riding on the steppe or in the desert, you can ride like, you can adjust your horse so you shoot in that exact direction.
When you chase now your enemy, he rides in front of you. You don't ride sideways. You try to keep up with him, but you want to shoot an arrow at him as you see
you have to normal ride chase. Sideways, and of course.
Yeah, of course. I have time now for a phone call. Seriously.
You have to have the better horse.
Yeah. You have to have a crossbow then.
That's nice. That's nice, Charlie. That you're reading. That you're writing books. I also love it.
I love writing books. It's so important part of my life. For example, I'm right now making second, third reading of my books I wrote previously, and I want to read them out loud on my channel. And in one of these books, there's an archer who fights even in close combat with bow and arrow. Like, he waits what the enemy will do with a sword, like swing, shoot. Mm-hmm. Yes. So he's looking for positions. For example, they use some heavy axes or spears, so they make a move, and because the weapon is heavy, so he takes time and shoot them from a meter into chest or into head.
But I tell you one thing, you can do what you like, of course. This old guy, Miyamoto Musashi, you know him, the Book of the Five Rings.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It was
the names are clumsy, but yes.
Yeah, you have to read it if you don't ever read it. And he wrote, don't prefer one weapon over other weapons. So in my book, my hero uses, if he has to choose between a Glock and the bow, he would choose the Glock, of course, because it's a better weapon, so to say. You can't go through the city with the bow, and so nowadays.
But on the other side, you need to use the weapon you have in hands. And when the others come with a sword and you only have a bow and arrow, what are you doing? You throw a bow and arrow away. It's oh, give me please a sword. So you need to know what you have. So it's always application. It's not the major application for it, but it's
no. If you get with a bow, armed with a bow and arrow into a close combat with swordsman or a man with spear, you made a big mistake before, because your bow is an ambush weapon. Yes. So you have to choose the right location so the swordsman can walk by and you shoot them.
Of course.
So Peter, there was a problem because my hero traveled in time into past and he had no idea where he will end up, and he ended up in the middle of a battle which is going to an end, and he has to defend himself. So he's shooting bow and using arrows with cloak and fine shoes in the middle of somewhere like Middle Ages and in the middle of a battle. So yeah, he really came unprepared, very much unprepared.
So it was not his mistake.
No. It was the mistake of the time traveling machine.
I understand. Fuck.
He's a magician, so he cast some sort of gate and he went to the past, and yeah, it's complicated. It's in the fourth book in a line, so it's hard to explain. But yes, he came unprepared and he had to use bow and arrow because he had nothing else in his hand.
Did you write this book in English or in Czech language?
No, in Czech. My English is so horrible that nobody will read it. So yeah,
it's good enough.
But Charlie,
enough, not for books.
Charlie, I have to tell you, I don't know the name. I can send you a message. I have to check it out. There are a lot better translation programs out now than Google Translator.
Really?
Really. A friend of mine translated 2 of my books with this device, and you only have to check through the text. It's really nice. I on Facebook or somewhere I write you the name. I have to check it out. I don't remember the name.
I will love this because this is the step to be famous book writer. So yeah, I need this.
You have a bigger market. That's also my idea. You
then maybe you find someone who is good in both languages and pay him a few euros that he really reads it, that his English is really nice. Because all these translation programs, the punctuation and the flow of the words, and that the flow keeps
going.
You're
right, Armin, you're right. You need a good native speaker after it to read it through, because some phrases and some stuff is not so good. But in the whole,
but it's 90% it's done, and for the last 10% you need someone who pay him a little money. But it pays
I need this, Peter. I need this. Please send me that link.
I send it for sure in English language. They will sell.
And it's not expensive. I think you can. I just tested one section of the book, and I said, oh, that's not bad. And so I talked to my friend, and I don't know. It's like a subscription or something.
Yeah.
For 6 months, €10 a month, so not very, not horrible.
Wow!
Yeah, when you do it on a regular basis, it's worth it.
Yeah.
Before you pay a translation office for the whole book, they charge you per page €10.
Yeah.
More than €10. Armin, don't be yesterday.
Yeah.
You have to think about 5,000 to 6,000 euros if you have a good translation for a book, and you get 6,000. You have to get it into your pocket. So
you need to sell a lot of books that it's worth it.
Yes, that's great. And just need something that will read it to make it audiobook, like in good quality, because there are programs that are not bad at all. And I can place it on YouTube, and this is the start of my career.
I do my books on Amazon. It's great. You even can abuse Amazon as a cheap printing business. So my book has 226 pages, and as a soft cover, one book, if I order one book or 100 book, it doesn't matter, costs me €3.31.
Really?
If you go to a printing business, they will charge you €6 for a book or €5.
Yes.
Of course.
Yes. That's true.
So if you like to sell them with your own hands, it's okay. And they can order it at Amazon. You can, with the same file, you can make an ebook and the little modifications, the soft cover, and you also can publish audiobooks there. So it's a great thing.
Great. We'll give it a try.
Yeah,
So people, you can looking forward to hearing my books about archery, and I have plenty of them.
Sounds great.
Very good. Nice.
Yes.
Good.
Armin has to write the book too, so we can criticize.
You know, I'm lazy. I have people, they write a book about me, so it's fine.
Oh yeah,
they wrote a book about me 10 years ago.
That's true. That's true. Yeah, absolutely.
No, but there's many people tell me I should, but once I retire and have time, I will write a book about something, but not archery. There are so many good books, and you know, in it, I would not even know where to start and where to end and what to pack in this book. That's why I have no idea.
You know, Charlie, what the most difficult part of, to me, it was clear, if you like to get money from writing a book, you have to write a serial. You have to write more books, one after the other. You will know it. And the most difficult part was to get an archer into a crime or thriller serial. Because it can happen one time, there's a murder with an arrow or a bow, and the commissioner, you know, asks the archer, oh, what was going on there? But you can't have it in every book. So you have to find another environment where this archer is believable to be in.
Never crossed my mind. I never had a problem to put archer into any type of story. It was so easy and so natural for me. So I've never struggled with that.
In fantasy,
it was okay.
In fantasy, but if it's
in real life, yeah, it's okay. It's possible. Of course, we have like the Hawkeye and the Arrow, the series in TV. So we're a little like, what else you want to show than this? Like you know, explosive broadheads and you know, combat with a bow and arrow, like, you know, making some smash someone in a face with it. And yes, but what more? But I believe that it's more about the archer as a character, and the action scenes are like just the sparkle, just fun. So maybe my imagination is more like to think about archer as let's say like character, as some ability, as a person who is just different in something. And it was then easy to put archer in every single story I wanted.
My goal was to create the kind of James Bond with bow and arrow character.
Great. Yes.
Traveling around as a trick archer. This is his disguise. You know, he travels a lot because he's a showman, and in the background he is doing secret operations and missions. And that's not so easy to have the archer in these situations, you know.
Of course, but on the other side,
I was thinking about writing a book, which I will not write ever because it's too dark and just I don't want to write it. So, but the ending scene was that the archer, our main character, needs to kill some politician, like, you know, really bad guy. Just do it, and he wants to do it.
Joe Biden.
And he wanted to do it. and he wanted to do it.
It doesn't matter. You can put all the politicians there. Shoot blind.
Everyone.
It doesn't matter.
You know, I think you don't have that bad politicians, and we have. So yeah, we right now we will have like 7th or 8th Minister of Health in last year. So I think we're the kings of absurd.
But it was done before, you know, Hunger Games, when Katniss Everdeen was supposed to shoot this guy and then she shot her.
No, yes, and that shot was meant to be like that. He will shoot an arrow. I know it's impossible, but it will be amazing. Like he will shoot the arrow from one position, and the arrow, because some hot air or something, will just, you know, turn and hit the politician somewhere in public. Like, so everyone will look like where the arrow is coming from, but our hero is absolutely in a different place because hot air or something just changed the direction.
Charlie, we don't need hot air. There are returning arrows. You know how you build them. You put a few fletchings in front and you can shoot around the curve.
Really?
Of course.
But I like to tell you, an anecdote. I don't know where I got it, but you know, in the 50s, in the 1950s.
No, we don't.
Yeah, I don't know these times.
Not even me.
There were a lot of efforts in the United States to kill Fidel Castro, you know, in Cuba.
Yes.
Yeah. And there's one story out that they made a plan that Howard Hill should go hunt in Cuba with Fidel Castro and should shoot him with the bow and arrow. So, but it has to look like an accident.
Yes, accident. Yeah.
They never did it.
But they didn't offer him enough money, I guess. Huh?
Unfortunately, they didn't do it.
Always throws a bad light on archery. Then we don't want this publicity.
We're not assassins, guys.
No.
Let's be a little bit. Who we saved with bow and arrow? Like
saved.
Yeah, saved.
Yeah, not the human race. Unfortunately, you can't save it anymore. It's already this topic is done already. So, if we don't stop talking about all this stuff again.
I could expect this reaction. I absolutely could expect it. It was so obvious. Yeah.
It is obvious, but people are like, no, give me more. Yeah, I don't know, but it's fine.
No. Yeah, guys, and I have a question. Yeah. What was the most curious archery thing you have ever done in your life? The most curious, most funny, most, absurd thing you have ever done with bow and arrow? Just give me stories.
I don't like to tell it.
No. Just do it. Just do it. Let's give it a little bit of fun.
It's
not okay. When back then, when I was very young, there were a lot of tournaments, 3D tournaments around, and back then it was usually that we drink all day long. In the morning, you started with tea, and then you drank a beer and the brandy, and so it went on all the tournament. And after the tournament, in one Western Austrian state, we went to I don't know the right word, to a Almhütte. It is on the mountain.
A small wood log on the mountains. Yeah.
A log cabin on the mountain.
Yeah. Okay.
You know where they had cows and so on back then. But it was a kind of a bar, and it was from the 1600 somewhat, and they had a beautiful carved carpet and door and so on. And we got very drunk, and there was a very beautiful waitress. And she had this classical Austrian dirndl outfit, this traditional cloth dress.
Yes.
And she was funny, and then we asked her to stand on the table and pull down her slippers. So it was a triangle like that. There were the slippers, there were her legs, and we shot between her legs at the door. The door was from the 1600s and was destroyed. It was horrible.
That's really horrible.
He's laughing.
Peter, that's really horrible.
In another incident, a same Western area, it was a tournament with snowshoeing. So you had to go all day in 2000 meters in February, very cold, very foggy, very shitty, with snowshoes. And if you missed the target, the arrow was gone because there were 3 meters of snow and so on. You have to go up with a cable car, and it was in a big, I don't even know the name now. It's a Schutzhaus, a bigger stone house,
a
protection house on the mountains. And And there were about 60 to 80 archers in the evening, eating and drinking, and we drank again, of course. And over my friend's head, Theo Shed, famous archer and bow hunter, was a cage with 2 canary birds. You know this?
No, please don't continue. Please don't.
and then the manager of this tournament went into the room and said, so in the other room there's now a speech about snowshoeing, a movie and a speech about snowshoeing. And we did all the day long, we went snowshoeing. I don't need to hear a speech about snowshoeing or a movie about I had it today. So we stayed there, we will drink another beer, and we were 3 guys, all bow hunters. And one guy went out to the toilet, to the bathroom, and when he walked back, there was a table, there was a bow and an arrow, or some arrows in the bow laying. And he grabs the bow and said to Theo, knock on that little, in the cage was a little wooden hut for the birds to sleep inside. And knock on this hut so the birds come out. Let's see if I can hit one. Theo knocked on that wooden thing, and the same moment, Karl released the arrow. Whop! It went straight into that wooden little house. And the same moment, the lady who was running this hotel stepped into the room and saw whop. So to make it short, all 2 birds were dead, but not because he had hit them, because of the shock. You know, it's like if a cannon would shoot through your bathroom like that. So they laughed us there. That were some crazy things.
Yeah. I did.
Armin, enlighten us with something different than killing birds and shooting through ladies' legs.
I was in the beginning, I gave archery courses on this smaller island, Gozo. There is a Hotel Kempinski, and they offered archery because of me. And then sometimes I had a little time between the sessions. And then I was strolling around and I found 3 young, small kittens, and they were almost starving. So I need to do something, I need to save them. So I went to the kitchen of this pavilion, said, listen, I need some food for the kittens. I said, no, we are not allowed to feed them. We are not allowed. Then I said, yeah, okay. We have, in Gozo, even here, we have lizards, like thousands of them. But you can't catch them because they're quite fast. So I said, okay, I hunt a lizard now for the kitties. And then I found a fat lizard in the grass, and I was like, you are the one. And I stood there and I was looking at him, and then the lizard turned his head, looked at me, and I was like, oh, no, I can't shoot him. I said, kittens, bad luck for you, or nature will solve your problem or not. I don't care. Yeah, why should I kill one animal to feed another animal? It doesn't make sense anyway. So
absolutely, yes. Yeah. I know that you will have a story that is nice.
But the rest of the world works like this. You kill one animal to feed the other animal.
Yeah, of course. But it's the question if it's okay, you know.
Well,
because we always do, it doesn't mean it's right.
Charlie, are you also vegetarian?
I used to be like 15 years.
Oh. Metrosexual. Oh.
No, shut up. It's not about metrosexuality. I'm 32, so it means that when I was a vegetarian for 15 years, it means that it has to be in the past. So I had to start it like in my 10. And because my father became vegetarian and he was like, I'm vegetarian, you all will be vegetarian. So we were vegetarians and I used to do it. But because of my some health problems, I need to go back to a meat. And so it was long 15 years. And also I was trying like be vegan, and also I tried to eat only raw. You know, don't do it. Just don't. It's a great experience, and I can tell you, just don't do it.
I think it's interesting for a certain amount of time, but not forever. I think you will start lacking things because our bodies are simply not made for it anymore. I think maybe whatever 100,000 years ago, or before we invented the fire or found the fire, they ate everything raw. They were used to it, but nowadays it's almost impossible.
And these are Laxus problems, because I think after the Great War there were no vegetarians. All around the world there were no. If you don't know what you should eat tomorrow, it's easy to say.
Of course.
If you have to think about, what should I eat tomorrow? I don't have anything. You don't think about vegetarian.
Yeah, of course not. You eat what you get, of course, obviously.
Yeah. Of course, absolutely, yes. But if you can choose, and I choose to try this, the main problems were two. I was constantly cold. Constantly, I felt cold. It was summer. It was 30 degrees, and I had jacket, and I was like, it's so cold. It's so cold, because none of these supplements, none of this food will make you warm.
Are you blood type 0?
No, I'm something like AB plus or something. I'm not sure, but I'm the blood type who is okay with not eating meat. I know this. My wife she doesn't. She has to eat. She has to eat meat all the time because she will die without it. And so that was the first problem. The second problem, it has a great impact into your mind, because if you don't eat food, that sort of settles you down, like calm you down and slow you down. So with all this food, which is really quick in your head, you become like unstoppable thinking creative machine, but no one will understand you ever. You're absolutely like you fell from a star, and you're like and you're absolutely unpractical, and you still feel cold. So in my example, I'm not saying it's bad, it just didn't fit me. Yes. So very hard thing to do. So I slowly get back into be vegetarian, and then I jump into normal eating everything. And it's pretty fine now.
So Charlie, what was your weirdest or most curious archery adventure?
Let me think. Something
you can tell.
Yeah, I can tell everything. When I was a kid, when I was 13, we had a beautiful big hut. My parents had a big hut, and we were there like every weekend, because in Czech Republic it's so common to have a hut and be there every weekend. Like I hate it. And I had my bow and few arrows, and the neighbors had hens. And these hens were still running away, like just, they were not at their house, but on our garden. And once I was like, can I hit a hen? I couldn't. Fortunately, I couldn't. I tried and I missed. And the feeling after releasing the arrow was that bad that I have never, ever shot into something I can kill or can harm. So yeah, that was a great experience to try, and fortunately not hit, because I'm not able to hit anything. I'm still bad in this, but yeah, it was nice. And I only dream about the most curious things to do, so you can see them on my channel in the future. It's in the plans, like rollerblades or bike, or canoe, or something like this, or shooting from riding car, or many things are in a plan to try if it's possible, and how hard it is.
Maybe you've seen I have a video. Once I was invited by the Mad Dogs, like a rocker motorcycle gang.
Yes.
And every year they had a big event, and they invited me to do archery with them. And then I had the idea they should drive with their Harley Davidsons, and I was on the back seat, on the social seat, and I shoot from the motorcycle. It was great fun.
Did that too?
I'm sure it has to be amazing. And I want to do
like the Indians. They drove around the target on a meadow, on a lawn. So like in the old Indian movies, they ride in a circle and they shoot into the middle of the circle. At the center of the circle. It was very funny.
Wow! And you were the only archer?
No, everyone had to. One was the driver, and so the guy, I had some bows, these snake bows with me, and I had this inflatable shooting stand. Armin has seen it, I think, with the foam tipped arrows. So nothing could go wrong, and
yes,
and everyone can shoot and try it. It was fun.
Is there any drone footage? I need to see that
on my channel. If you type in my name, Peter Stecher, you will find my channel, or I can send you the link.
Yeah, I know your channel. I just haven't,
I think
find this video.
I don't know the name I gave it. I don't know. Motor. I don't know.
I'll check it out.
Mounted archery, I think I called it.
Mounted archery,
Iron horse mounted archery. Yeah.
I want to replicate. Like from the Alexander the Great. Like they had horses and the small cart behind them, and they use it for throwing spears and shooting bows. And I want to do this with car, and I don't know the name in English, but the small cart behind it. Like if you want to take away some brakes or wood. Yes.
You just have to adapt a small trailer.
Yes. Absolutely. So I want to use this, like drive forwards, and I will shoot to targets and do it like this. And from the drone take it will be amazing. Absolutely.
I never did it, but here in my home village, we have a very famous European or world champion horse sled, man with the huskies and so like they do.
Yeah.
And I had that idea also to erect some targets on the side of his track. I will be on the sled, and he's driving the sled, and I'm shooting from the sled at the targets.
Funny thing about the sled is that it's pretty slow. It's like 10-12 kilometers per hour, so it's not hard to shoot from it. But I have a neighbor that has the sled too. But he sold the dogs.
Since I have shown this, what's his name? Armin, this Gene. This guy, this young guy, making the trick shots.
Sean, I forgot his name. Sean something. This American guy who does these amazing trick shots.
John Jean. Since I saw this, I know it isn't about who can do it, but to have a better idea. So the horse sled would be a good idea. It doesn't matter if it's fast or not fast. It's fun.
Yes, it's about idea. Absolutely, I absolutely agree.
Yeah.
It's about idea and how you're able to shoot it on camera, so it looks amazing. It's lots about how to shoot it, how to use slow motion and something. So it makes wow, it's a show. It looks great.
And
in real life, it's boring.
If you have, in most cases, when it's snowing, it's not so. It's not good light. But if you have a really sunny day with lots of snow, and snow around and so on, and you shoot, and I think it's great.
I have a video on my channel when I make a review about Hungarian and Assyrian bow. I do it in the snow, and I run in the snow and jump in the snow and something like this. So it's amazing because it's totally different experience, and it's nice. It's great. I like it.
In Austria, it's long ago they did like biathlon with bow and arrow, with how are the skis called? This slope skis.
Biathlon,
like biathlon with
Langlauf, where they have this.
But they did it
and then they with the ski, and then
stop, shoot, and run.
Exactly.
Yeah. And
this one idea, run archery.
Yeah, and one idea which is around since the early 1900s, but here around it's not. Nobody does it. Is archery golf. So they competed. The archer and the golfer, and they had the same. The archer had different arrows,
for different
light arrow and so on. And they had. I have some heads for this. They had long spiked heads, so they stick into the ground, in the lawn, and you will find the arrow. And instead of the hole at the end of the, I don't know, I'm not a golfer. They had a little target about this size, and from the last.
From the putting green, from the putting green, you had to hit this target.
Yes, from the putting.
I always wanted to do it, but the problem is that all these golf club owners,
yeah,
if you then you can come at morning at 5 o'clock, because from 8 o'clock we are fully booked. So you
yeah.
can't bring a bunch of archers even on a weekday to a golf club.
Hey guys, we'll just
Yeah.
And
then
I guess
I tried in Spain, because down in Marbella they have, I don't know, 20 golf courses. I said, listen, one of you or not all of you make good business. Not possible. They're all only a stone throw from each other, so it's not possible. Everybody of you is always fully booked. Give me at least on a weekday afternoon 2 or 3 hours that we can do this golf, the archery, but no chance.
Howard Hill made the first rules for archery golf.
Okay.
He wrote down the first rules, Howard Hill.
Nice.
Yeah, it's a great idea. It's beautiful Sunday evening. I can imagine that, or Sunday afternoon, like, and have a picnic, good food, and yes.
And you have a nice outfit like the golfers. And, which
look how much metrosexual you are.
Oh,
look at that! You can see you're in a fancy clothing, with all these straps and hats and everything.
No. In my days, it was called stylish.
Stylish, yes. In Czech Republic, in 90s, we had these guys, and we called them like shampoo. They're just like shampoo, like shampoos on a hair. So I understand what it means. Stylish, shampoo, and it's metrosexual.
Yeah.
Or if you have a beard, you are lumbrosexual.
Yeah, a hipster section.
A hipster, of course. It's a hipster. They wear some fancy clothes, like absolutely it doesn't match. It looks weird, and they have some strange glasses and everything, and they ride like a rollerblades or very weird bike or something. Yeah, these guys are amazing.
Or electro rollers and plaid shirts and a long beard, very.
They visited the barber before,
and they use in the morning wrinkles cream and they
it's really what do you know, Peter? Huh? How do you know that?
I know.
He's just looking out of the window, The real behind it is so weird.
And the most important thing is to tell everyone what your emotions are in this moment, and to cry. It's very important.
No, you're combining too many things together. It's emo. It's not a how we call them.
No, the modern men have to cry. They have to say, "Oh, it hurts me. Oh, I understand you, darling. Oh, darling is."
Do you want to talk about it, Peter? I see you have serious. I see you have serious problems. Do you want to talk about it, Stephen?
Yeah.
Like from Beverly Hills
I understand your emotion.
I told you, Charlie, we drift apart. We drift away from archery. We don't talk about archery at all anymore.
So talk about
archery. We talk about it a lot. I made a video on my channel where I compare airsoft guns with bow and arrow. And bow and arrow wins clearly while I run, because you can't hit anything with a gun while you run. It's so hard. And I was like, why all the policemen don't have the bow and arrow if it's much accurate than handgun? Like, how would it look like?
Charlie, you're wrong, because if you would have a real gun, a Glock or something like this, you would hit.
Of course.
Because these soft guns, the wind is blowing and everything.
Yes, absolutely. It was just fun. Just funny imagination. Like you're walking on a city and policemen. You have beautiful Syrian bow. Beautiful longbow. Yes, and what arrows do you have? Nice. It would be funny, at least for us.
Yeah, for sure.
So, to get back to archery.
Oh yeah.
One thing, some people, you said in your video, and I read in the commentaries, you should use a quiver.
Yeah,
and they're right. But no, joke aside, no. I thought about it, and I know you have a video carrying a lot of arrows in your bow hand and so on. But if you're thinking about, again, like combat or battle or something like it, you in some circumstances you you have to lay your bow aside, or you know, you have to just have this bow and push it to the ground or something. You can't do it with a lot of arrows in your hands. And if you don't carry a lot of arrows, you're outshot after 3 arrows, you know. So a quiver is not the baddest idea. That's what I wanted to.
It is not. I developed my own style, how to shoot with a quiver and how to shoot it pretty fast. I used quiver. I had it on my backside, and the arrows were like there. So on my on my bow hand. So I'm holding my bow, and I take 3 arrows like this, and I can shoot my style, of course. And I can do. But the problem is, and I haven't solved it yet. Is that the arrows are too long and they are just too much on the side. So if I imagine I do running archery inside of the building, I will absolutely destroy all the knocks on the wall or at the door or something. So that's the only problem I haven't solved.
First solvement of the problem is shorten your arrows as short as possible. Okay.
Yeah. Yes.
First thing. Second thing is use a back quiver. They never will get into your way. You have them here. You can lay it on this side of the bow or on that side as you like it. They don't come. They don't touch any branches or nothing. Use a good soft leather or even soft fabric if you don't like leather or so. Back quiver.
I mean, you can grab a few.
And you can
arrows.
shoot.
You can grab
fast.
A few, like you know, the Northmen.
Like Legolas.
Fingers,
yes.
A few, then you fire them, grab the next bunch.
Yeah.
Maybe.
The wrong thing with the Legolas quiver is it was a stiff quiver. So it just worked in the movies. In nature, it wouldn't work. But a slightly soft back quiver, you can carry a lot of arrows inside. You can slip it down under your ankle, you know, when you don't need it, and so on. So it's not a bad idea, I think.
What I like, I saw quiver. I think that Mihai Cosmei makes it, and so he calls like silent quiver, and it's based on that you will put the arrows in through small holes. So it doesn't, you know, make this sound like arrows when you're running, like because you know your head will blow off, and so it looks nice. It's pretty expensive, but it looks nice. And he also uses it like he has some special strap on the chest or on the belly, and it has beautiful angle, like good angle to shoot like this.
Uncomfortable, yeah. So I tried it
you can't use any hunting blades also inside. In a back quiver,
I will not use them ever. I will not use them ever. It's not my style. I will not hunt anybody. You know the story about the hen. You know? So I will not shoot about.
Zombie apocalypse is different thing, you know.
Yeah. If there's an apocalypse, I will have instantly 100 broadheads.
Imagine, because you're right, Charlie. If you have an action scenery in one of your books, and you can show this action scene, it is possible to do it, maybe then you have to show it with broadhead arrows. Because you know, a target head arrow, I don't know what your archers in your books are using, won't kill an enemy fast.
Will not. Yeah, absolutely.
Horrible.
Yes. That's true. I'm not talking about what broadheads they use. They just have an arrows, because I'm thinking about like reader has no knowledge about archery probably, so I will not bother them.
But it's a good scenery if you can write how the hero is sitting at his, you know, how is it called, at his fireplace and sharpening the broadheads, because tomorrow he knows there will be the big showdown. And he will give hell to the bad guys.
Yeah, I can imagine that scene. My heroes are like, there are some arrows in the chest of an enemy. Okay, let's use them.
Running archers. These are all running archers.
Yeah, like, I need an arrow. There's something in his throat.
Oh, my hero is different. He's filing his broadheads and thinking about his enemies.
Yeah. Like, what do you do now? What is their last meal?
With that one, I will pierce his heart.
Yeah, and two enemies at once. Yeah,
yeah.
Definitely.
That's possible with a nice bow and a sharp broadhead. It is easily possible.
I can imagine 160-pound bow and with beautiful broadhead. It's definitely possible.
70 pounds is enough.
Yeah, really. Oh,
really.
35 pounds you can hunt a lot with a good broadhead.
Yeah.
Of course. So 70 pounds is fine.
As a writer, you should know when you see in bow hunting, you see how devastating an arrowhead can be. You know, the ribs of a wild boar, it smashes off. It don't cuts the rib, it breaks the rib and goes through. You wouldn't believe. Yep.
I don't want to see because it will be ugly to see. You know, I know that if it's necessary, I will hunt an animal. I will do it if it's necessary. But if it's not,
I talk about writing. So if you have ever seen it, you have an idea what is going on if you shoot at an animal or also at the enemy.
But you know, one of my books is about a man who is saving women from being raped. I didn't ever needed to see this to write it very, very much intense. So my readers are like, I don't want to hear this. I don't want to see that. It's too much. So yeah, some things I don't need to really see to be able to write about them really nice.
But you know, I don't like it's a family friendly broadcast. But if you talk to women, you will find quite a few who like to play this game with you, so you know what's going on.
Yeah, you can ask the neighbor's chicken. Maybe the chicken wants to play again.
That's true.
That's target for you, so you never know.
That's true. You know, when I was younger, like in Charlie's age, I never could imagine this. I thought the same, and then when I got older, I found out, oh, it's crazy. There are lots of women around. They are just different.
No, I think
they like different things.
Yeah, I think I don't move to Austria now. I stay in Malta.
It's true.
This online is safety, right?
Yeah. You better check your chair where you sit. I don't know.
We know about Peter that he's shooting just around part of a women. So. Just leave it there. Armin, enlighten us with something positive, nice, heartwarming.
No way. Why just me, huh?
Tell us about your arrows. What kind of arrows are you using, Charlie?
Equipment.
Let me show you.
Now he's gone. Now you can make a joke.
We know how an arrow looks.
Yeah.
This
is long pointy thing, right?
It's long pointy thing.
No.
This is.
Tell me the brand.
Like I should like this, right? No. It's absolutely the cheapest possible arrow.
Carbon arrows,
carbon arrows, and it's like €6 each, and it has beautiful fletching from Turkey, like red and white. But what is important is this knock.
Your homemade knocks, which still don't make it to serial production.
Yes, it's 3D printed knock, and it's best for Slavic release. I know, because when I take it, I hold the bow like this. Where's camera? Like this, and I take it with my 2 fingers, and I can place it in these 2 fingers. So I can do this, and shoot. It's so easy. I love these. Only problem with 3D printed knocks is that they are breaking so easily. You miss the target, you hit a tree or something, and it's like
But you take one, make a mold, and then you can mass produce them.
And Charlie, be careful. If a knock breaks when you're releasing the arrow, you don't like it. Believe me.
It breaks only when it hits something, not when releasing.
You don't know. You never know. You never know.
You never know. Yeah, I know. But it's fine. I like it. We are just standing with my friend. It's his invention.
I like this indexing that you have this surface area directly there. When you see the old shooting technique from Russia, the Stecher technique, where you see this redhead girl shooting like this, bam, out of a quiver.
Yes.
they made in the shaft these small index curves that she knows already how to grab the arrow. And others put then small stripes of wood or something and tape around that they get this slightly oval shape that they know how to grasp the arrow properly.
Yes, when I use these wooden basic arrows, I already did this with them. I used I don't know the name of the instrument, so I just make it little holes in it. But it's not the same. It's not the same. It's not that good. It's fine, but still slow. It's too slow. This one is.
That's why I shoot 3 fingers.
Yeah, I shoot Slavic release. So
if you go serious production, send me a few. I do a review.
yes, definitely, I will. I'm talking with the guy who made them. If we can mass produce them, because I think this will be pretty popular for instinctive shooting or something. Who likes to shoot fast?
Yep,
it's good. It's fine. I like them very much. So yeah, the problem with the 3D printed material is it's cracking and you have to adjust every single knock.
Of course.
So it works because it's a little bigger than the hole. So I have to all the time
send it down. Yeah.
Look, oh no, it's still too big. It's too much. So you have to use some sort of small paper or something to put them in. But yeah, it's fine. I like it very much. And I use cheap arrows because I lose, of course, a lot of them because I miss a lot. And when I miss and I hit a wall or a tree or something, wooden arrows are broken like nothing. And these carbon arrows are able to survive even direct hit into the wall from 40-pound bows. So I like it because it's fine. The most problematic thing is to losing them in the grass or in the forest. It's like, okay, €6 minus. Let's go on. So yeah, I use these. I use these. Yeah, they're fine.
But if you're missing a lot, you're too far from the target.
Yeah, I can't get close, Peter. I can't get closer. It's impossible. I will be shooting like from centimeters. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, I'm too far. I'm too far. And when I run and jump, for example, sometimes it's hard to calculate in the mind what exactly you have to do.
But most people, when getting into showmanship, don't know. In most cases, it don't depends on distance or on that. The people don't see this. If they say, hey, he shoots from 8 meters, okay, they should say it. If they like, they should say, stay on the safer side with your shots, so you don't waste a lot of arrows, because it doesn't make this big difference in the movie. The camera angle will do more, but
yes, absolutely, that's true.
More distance, you understand?
Take a wide angle, then you have no compression, and then it doesn't matter if you're 10 meters or 6 meters away. It's the same.
Absolutely, that's true. That's right. Yeah, that's it. I'm trying to be.
We all miss sometimes.
On long range shooting, I can outdo you, I hope. What was your longest shot, Charlie? and you hit.
I hit the ground. It was 200 meters, and I hit the ground. No.
That's good.
Like I don't know, 40 meters. And I hit like 1 meter big target, and it was big success for me. Yeah, because I don't really know how to aim when I do something quick. If I stand and I have time to aim, it's better. But always, I don't know what's the problem. Always when I'm thinking about aiming and I'm consciously aiming, I miss everything.
You shouldn't aim. No.
Aim. But simply do it slow first. When you can't do it slow, you can't do it fast. This is what they always tell you in every martial art.
Yeah.
That's why even Tai Chi, you do it so slow, but bim, you can do it then at the end very fast, but very precisely. You always repeat the same.
In the music.
You simply need to get this in muscle memory. When you do it very slow, then you get the accuracy. And speed comes naturally, like in guitar playing. First. Ding, ding.
The worst thing, and it is absolutely most. Let's say it makes me feel really bad, is that when I really want to make and build this muscle memory and do all the things right, it's like the grouping is like whatever.
Charlie, listen, I don't want to give you a lecture, but I do it now. We we talked about in the past in our channel, Armin and me. In the first place, you should learn archery. In the second place, you can do it when running. I know what you're doing, it's okay, and it's fun, okay? But if you really like to make it perfect, you have to shoot only 3 arrows at a time at the close range target, about 10 meter, 3 arrows, not 12, not 6, not 18. Then you walk high, you pull the arrows, and you shot at one paper plate. You know, this.
Yeah. I know what I mean.
You know? Okay, then you go 5 meters away, far back. You do it again. And if you aren't able to hit that plate with every shot from that given distance, don't do it in the woods. You understand what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
And you can train everything. You can train the turnaround shot. You can train it while kneeing. You can train while walking slowly and making this shot. But don't shoot more than 3 arrows at one serial. Only 3 arrows, and try it in different distances. And when you master this, if you master this up to 20 meters, let's say, you can do every shot you can do in the woods with ease, and you don't have to think about aiming and running and everything together, you know?
That's what I want to say. Of course I'm doing this because I want to be as best archer as possible. So I know that I have to go these paths, and I said it at the beginning of this podcast or this video that I'm also practicing stationary shooting, and then I do something running. And of course I'm trying to be safe and not harm anybody, not myself. I really like myself, so I don't want to make something painful to me. So yeah. What you're saying is fine, and it's great. Like for, let's say, 12-30 meters, I will hit this paper plate 3 times in a row with no problem.
That's great.
Everything what's behind this is not problem. It's a challenge, and I'm working on myself. Like I said, I do archery for 1 year, and I believe I'm not bad at all. And thank you for the advice. It's great. I like it.
Do you always have a center on your target which you can clearly see? Because I saw you shooting the 60 by 60 black foam targets. Do you always have a center on it?
Yeah.
When you run through the woods?
Put one dot on it. I understand your idea. If you hit the target, you hit the target. Yeah. But you
aim small, miss small. You did a video.
You have to.
Yeah, absolutely.
So always put a small dot on it. Yeah. Aim for the dot. Or
the most difficult shots also is in these 3D tournaments are a black wild boar. Yeah. You have no color, no dot on it. You have to find your own dot to hit it, your own spot. And it's the same with your targets. And you know, it can be very small, so only you can see it. The camera wouldn't see the dot, but you have the dot, and you focus just on that dot.
Yeah. I have on all my targets some like I call it anchor points, but anchor points on the target, like where I'm looking when I want to. When
you
I
know
want to
that needle pin or something like it, just with
yes,
head.
just
nail head,
smallest thing possible. Yes, absolutely.
And the only thing you have to look at is this point. You have to find this point, then you can hit it.
Because and tell me, guys, my theory is that my body knows what to do.
Yeah.
I just need to step away, like my ego and my thinking, and let my body do the thing, because it knows perfectly how to do it. Because my theory is our ancestors.
Your brain knows. No. Your brain is directing the body.
First you need your brain, that you train your body. Once your body knows, you don't need to force your brain to use it. Of course, it will still be a synergy of the whole body, body, mind, everything, but you don't think about it anymore. You don't need to control it anymore, because then your brain gives the exact information to your muscles what to do without you thinking about it. So you don't need to calculate anything anymore, whatever. But first you need to know what you're doing. That's why this muscle memory on different distances and always same, maybe that you find always the same anchor point somewhere. Then you have a few points out of the equation, and then it's easy.
If you're doing trainings in different circumstances, like we said before, 20 meter, 5 meter, kneeling, everything, dark, bright, light, everything. For every of these situations, your brain creates a program, and your brain is directing the muscles, but you have to train it first. And then when you walk through the woods, your senses will detect, will analyze the situation, and you will not know that you analyze the situation. But if you raise the bow, you will do the right thing.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely, absolutely. I just explained badly. I don't mean like body knows what to do. Just complex. Like what you said was perfect. It was amazing.
The brain, your senses recognizing the situation. The brain gives the right impulse to your body, and you do the right thing. That's true. Yeah.
Yes, and my idea behind it is our ancestors, like for thousands and thousands of years, doing archery. They do it. So it's somehow in our DNA, in our blood. It's something I believe in this. I believe in that it is something that you have in yourself. And if you discover it, it's much easier to do it. Because there are researches, I don't exactly know the source of, and in English it will be hard to describe, but it says that there's something like fields, that if you learn something, it's much easier to learn for everybody else in this plant, and you don't even know and you don't even need to know this. Fields. More for genetic fields. Thank you for the word. Yeah. So and they run many like in laboratory experiments with mice, with people, and lots of things. They were learning something new that nobody else ever saw and tried. And the first mice or people or person who did this, it was long and hard. But they did the same thing in the other side of the planet, like 5 hours after this. And the experiment was much easier, much faster for the mice than for the man. Yes, it's documented.
It's but nobody knows why it happened. The explanation is what you say, but nobody knows it. And you know, I'm very critical about science, especially the last 2 years.
This has nothing to do with science. Sorry, it's only politics.
If he says it's proved, it's proven.
It's the story of the 100th monkey. This is one of these stories that they had two islands with the monkeys, and they threw sweet potatoes on the beach. Okay, and then the monkeys came.
Yes, I understand.
And then they saw, they are nice, but they're full of sand. So they started washing the sweet potato first. And then all of these monkeys on the island were washing these potatoes and then started eating them without eating them with the sand on it. And then they put potatoes on the other island where the same kind of monkeys live. And these monkeys directly washed them. So they didn't first eat them and, they're full of sand.
Yes.
This is the thing that...
And the other monkeys who invented that washing never had any experience with... Never had any fruit or any plant before which was full of sand.
They never had a sweet potato on the beach, no?
What is this? It doesn't matter if it's a sweet
potato. No, but on the beach, it's a fruit grows somewhere in the forest or something.
They try to eat it. Then they bite in the sand and it's sand. They wash
but they did it first. They picked up the thing in the sand, and then they started eating it, and it was not pleasant because it was full of sand.
I like to see these scientists making this experiment. It's
They were not stupid, Peter. They were not stupid.
It's the same with the mass awakening. When enough people wake up, then we can change this whole reset to a week.
Well, Peter, explain me, how is possible that you will learn archery pretty much anybody in an hour? You will learn how to shoot the bow and arrow, and the person will be able to hit the target within an hour into 10 meters in the bullseye. It's easy. And tell me, why is it so hard to learn, to teach people, for example, something like, something motoring, being metrosexual, that's not the thing, to cut a video. Learn them how to cut and edit a video. And you will not do it within an hour. It's impossible to learn to do this within an hour.
I understand what you mean. I agree that there are some abilities which is hand-eye coordination, throwing a stone, or fight with a stick maybe, or something like this. You of course have in your bloods or in your ancestry and so on, but to say it's just archery or it's just that, or I don't know. I don't believe in this web and in this monkey story. I like to see it with my own eyes.
Yeah.
The scientists have to show me this monkeys and that monkeys, and then I would believe it. And if it's true, it also can be coincidence.
Yeah, they run many tests, but yeah, okay.
This is science, of course. The opposite is true the same way, obviously. But I like to believe it.
That's the difference.
Man, you nailed it. Now you nailed it.
And when you see that my thoughts create my reality, it is like this.
Of course, and I'm because I'm really into that stuff. I really studied stuff like this. I'm very interested in this because I also want to believe. I wanted to believe there are how you call them,
unicorns?
No. Now how is it trans? I don't know.
Telekinetic or telepathy
and something like that.
Works.
No, it don't work.
Of course.
Because I wanted to believe it, I really got into it, and I watched every experiments and read books about. I have kind of this kind of book.
I am not the big book reader. I'm more the practitioner, and I did it. And not only once, I did it with special persons. They have the same vibe.
Yes, but it's
wonderful.
You know why No,
I don't know.
It works, but I know why it works. It's not because of telepathy. It's because of mentalism. Like a stage magician or a stage mentalist, he can manipulate you to everything.
No, not manipulating, communicating, not manipulating.
The manipulating is communicating.
Yeah, but in a specific way.
No. You're looking at manipulating at a negative thing, and that's wrong.
No, it's positive too.
You can manipulate.
Yes, but it's one gives something to another one, but it's not communication, manipulation.
You're not able to not manipulate. It's impossible to not manipulate.
Always. Everything is a manipulation.
I tell you
every information you say.
I tell you a simple story. A simple.
Are we running out of time, Charlie?
Still have time. Look.
He needs to edit photos. Be patient.
If you're getting in a dark lane, in a city, and a 2-meter guy steps in front of you, you see this is a bad guy. It's horrible. He will beat me up like shit. And only through your body language, how you behave, maybe. Or most possibly, if you do it right, the 2-meter guy will let you go, even if he had bad things in mind.
Yes, but that has nothing to do with telepathy.
Just a moment. Yes, and you will say after it, I put it in his head with telepathy.
I would not do this. So don't tell me you do it. I would not do this. I would say I was so confident because I train martial arts. I am not afraid. I don't show fear.
Not you and I with martial arts.
Vibration and it's harmony or disharmony.
Yeah.
Wait. I just need to string my bow, and in a second I'm right there, and you will be too scary that you will run away.
What I want to say is the effects are here, but the explanation is different.
Yeah. At least it works. And I experienced it, and it was not body language for me. I was sitting on the sofa. I didn't do anything, but I could communicate with someone.
Turn off your clothes. You thought she should pull out her clothes, and she did.
See, this is the problem. It was a kid. I would never do this, but it's fine.
Never.
So, and you shoot both from Peter from Weg and Peter Boger both, right? So
yeah. Very soft, and very beautifully harmony transition into
of
another
course.
topic.
Yes,
yeah.
I'm very good.
Metro boss.
He no, look, Peter told me mentally we should go back to archery. That's why I did
yes.
it.
That's a great idea. That's a great idea. Yes, I shoot from Peter Bogar and Mr. Wack bows. And it's fine. We have a beautiful cooperation.
Yeah.
I do photos and videos for them, and then I have these bows to test out. Perfect. And I can decide if I want it or I want it. So yeah,
nice.
So yeah, it's nice. Most of them I like the Assyrian because of the D shape. It's perfect for running archery. I also like the short. It's not short turkey, just Turkish Sipahi bow. It's fine, but it's have little larger grip, so I can only hold. I can only hold little, smaller amount of arrows. And I also like their Hungarian from Peter Bogar, but
really nice.
It's nice. But the Assyrian, even I don't understand that it's the cheapest bow they have and the greatest for me. So I really like it. It's lightweight, supple.
The draw experience is nice of this bow, and it's forgiving, so it makes your life easier. Yeah.
Yes, my Metro Archer life is much easier right now. Yeah, I like them. So I tried some higher poundages before, like 55, 60. It was too much for running archery. Absolutely, wrong way. And everything below 35 is just too childish for me. Like too easy. Like it's no challenge. It's too easy. So 35 to 40, 45. It's pretty nice.
Of course.
I will not dislocate my elbow and shoulder and everything. And yet I still have a feeling that it has some. I have to use some force and power to do it correctly. So it's like sport. It's safe sport with all the jumping and running.
Of course.
Yeah, Peter, what do you shoot? What do you shoot most of the time now? What do you use?
Shoot 50 pounds, and then Howard Hill style longbow with bamboo laminations and glass backed, and yes, just straight longbows. Most of.
What is the price tag of bow like this?
It's about a custom made one from Howard Hill Archery in Montana, costs about 600 euros, 500 to 600 euros. But it's really custom made. You can choose everything. You can use fast flat strings. You can the handle shape. You can choose the handle wood and the color of the glass and how many laminations and so on. So these are not too expensive.
Yeah, it's fine. I expected like 2,000-3,000. So
no.
Great.
No. And it's really custom made.
Yeah, that sounds nice. And Armin, what is your most favorite bow you have ever used?
I don't have a favorite bow.
And
the bow I used the most is the snake. This plastic recurve snake bow.
Like that one.
Oh, look, Howard Hill longbow.
Wow. What a handle.
Yeah. You know what the good thing is with a handle like this? You can't grasp it wrong. So to me, the best size of the handle is if I can make this with my thumb and my index finger. And the bow is here in this, where the chips is, say, the lifeline, and you have it like this.
Yeah.
Extended, of course. I like these big handles. Yeah. I have one question, Charlie. Is there any specific archery tradition in Czech Republic?
Nothing.
No idea.
No. I have no idea because, as I told you, I in person know nobody who is doing archery in Czech Republic. Nobody. Just people like, I have had a bow, or I had a bow and I haven't used it for years. Yeah, few of them, but like somebody who will shoot regular. You know what I mean? Is very horrible word to use.
But in your city, you're from Olmütz, no?
Close to.
Yes,
yeah.
There should be some archers, no?
Yeah, it should be, but you know, what can I talk about with them? Like, I'm the running archer, and they're like, "Oh, we hate this." And I say, "Okay, fine, you're right. That's okay. I'll do my running in the forest, and you can stand there and shoot, and I'll find you there in an hour. Like, stand and shoot, and fine." I once played with an idea that I will go there and I will surprise them with what I do, and then I came out with the result that they will not like it. So I never did this.
You know, I don't know if it's your goal. If you want to become a famous archer with your thing, you have to go into the media. As you know, as a movie guy, you should know. You have to get into the newspapers. If you're in the newspapers, the national television will invite you and showing you clips and so, and then you can give, you know, lessons and get a lot of money and so on. But
that's your story, right? That's your story, Peter.
Yeah.
You know, you're giving lessons, earn a lot of money, you know, be in television.
I don't have a lot of money because, you know, television is dead.
So why do you advise me to go to television?
No. It's one step to get known. When you are one time or two time in national television in Czechia, you know, you were there. When you one time on the cover of a big newspaper, you were there. The people will recognize and remember you. So it's not a bad idea. And I studied at Old Howard Hill. I studied what Byron Ferguson does. And so I found out how it works. And it's the same with in any profession. No, if you want to become a good singer, you have to sing.
You know, for people. Yeah, absolutely. So that's why I make the YouTube. So I want to start with something and develop my skills. And when I feel like it's the time, and I have some connections in TV, so yeah, I'll get there.
We are not in that good situation like Byron Ferguson is in the United States, because there in every state, in every bigger city, even in small cities, are big shooting and hunting shows, fairs, you know, and they hire him for that. So, you know, in Czech Republic, it would be it's the same like in Austria. There is one hunting fair maybe, or in Germany, in Landshut, I was one time at the hunting and fishing fair. And here around, I don't know how it is in Czechoslovakia, here around, the people are very jealous. The archers are jealous. They say, "Oh, he's just a showman. It's all fake," and so on. And they're jealous about everything. In the United States, it's different. That's why a lot of artists or performances go to the United States, because the people are not cheap. They say, "Oh, you're making this. Oh, that's great. You get money for it. That's great."
They're crazy on it, yeah.
Here around, they say, "I'm misusing archery to get money."
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, jealousy is a thing, of course. Yeah.
And Armin, tell us how you became famous and well known in archery world. How you did this? What was your way?
Oh, where? Me?
Yeah. Is there another Armin?
I'm not famous. I'm simply do what I like. I never cared about the fame. And even this YouTube channel, one of my instructors, he was an American guy, and he did YouTube videos of unboxing of Kinder Surprise eggs, because there was one YouTube channel and she does unboxing of Kinder Surprise eggs. She had millions of views. So he started too, unboxing of Kinder eggs. And I sometimes did a video when we had the indoor range, we got a new target. I made a video, posted it on Facebook. And then he said, "Look, you made now 60,000 views. That would give you on YouTube, whatever, $50 or something. I don't know." I said, "Yeah, you know, I don't care." And I said, "Oh, you need to. I said, "Yeah, okay." Then I started some crap videos in the beginning, you know, horrible to watch, horrible quality, horrible audio, but I did something. And this is how it simply grew. I was never, okay, I want to live from what I'm doing here, because I lived from my archery range. So it was simply nice to do, but now it's almost a full-time job. Yeah.
I want to break it down to one point. You only can buy what you are seeing. So to get visible, is to go on YouTube. They invited me to China to this television show because they found me on YouTube, because I was visible. That's the thing. They don't found me because I'm the biggest archer, but they found me because I was very early on active in YouTube. And that's why they invited me, and that's why. And today we have a lot of devices to get more known, and to get known and popular is the only way to get paid for what you're doing.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, you break it down really nicely. That's it. You name it.
It's like everywhere. That's not a secret. Simply, I can't even say it's hard work. So I have to disappoint now many. They say you need to work hard, because what I do is not work for me. I love what I do. That's why it's not hard work. I love what I'm doing. And even
I have it the same.
When I started 8 years ago in Malta here, I did everything alone. And I started on a Sunday morning at 8 o'clock in the sun here in summertime until the afternoon at 6 o'clock. I had not half an hour break and no shadings. And I was in the sun, and every evening I was simply collapsing with a heat stroke. And headaches, and you could throw me. I was only simply sleeping, and next day morning I got up, water, shower, and go again. Was of course tough times, but people wanted to come and shoot, and of course I offered it, so I did it. So that's why. But it was not so hard work, so it was continuous working on it.
And there are I think we should do one feature in the future. How to become a famous archer. And I have to look for anything. It. I wrote the list about, and at one point I also remembered was always surround with the best.
Yeah, of course.
Just shoot with the
best. I will
best.
sign on this.
Always.
Don't get in touch with losers in the public.
Yeah, okay then. Sorry, bye guys. I can't talk to you then anymore.
Yes, I'm sorry.
I'm the loser. I mean,
I'm in a pretty good party right now, so I'm okay.
No, but it's true.
Yeah, because of course.
If you're,
but these rules of success apply for almost every.
Of course.
There's sort of rule that says that your income is combination of your 5 closest friends' income. So I believe it's just not about money. It's about mental health and thinking about. Your 5 closest people are making your surroundings, and that sort of defines you. So if you choose correct environment, you will grow up like beautiful flower or something.
And like a movie maker, like never put yourself into bad environment.
Never.
You choose even the light, and you choose your stage. So make it happen.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And never forget, most of the television guys, and they are not your friend. They like to talk you into doing something you're not secure of. And you never should make the mistake. Let's make it 5 more meters. No, I do it this distance. But they try. They try. And why don't you jump twice and do it? And then if you don't hit the target, you say, look, and in the off text they will say, he can do it every time, but he can do it very well. Nice guy. These are all hookers.
You don't need to prove nothing to anybody.
Yes. You have to be yourself. You have to say, I'm Peter, I'm Charlie, I'm Armin, and I can hit it. Stop. Yep.
You don't need to prove anybody anything. There's no reason to do this.
But
people are like stupid, and they're easily to be dragged into something they don't want to do, and they never practiced and tried. Like you said, do 2 jumps or shoot 4 arrows, not 3. I possibly can. You will fail, of course. No, I do this. If you can do it better than I,
And if you, it's also a mental thing. If you want to be the world's most famous archer, you have to behave like the world's most famous archer.
Yes, that's my credo. That's my credo. If you want to be the greatest YouTuber, you have to perform like you are the greatest YouTuber right now. So every video has to be like for millions.
Yes.
Not like I have
Absolutely.
300 subscribers.
Absolutely.
It's like okay, this is good enough. No, it's not. It has to be the best possible video for millions. Because once they can get it, they can get into it. So yeah.
When I was in China, you know, the filming was 5 days. It was a lot of stress. Walk over there. There were 3 studios, and walk over there, and we make this and that, and so on. And I always had a very nice young lady with me, the Chinese translator, and she always was on my side. And when we walked to the big studio hall, she always ran in front of me very fast. And then the second day I said, so her name was Sudong. I said, Sudong, stop. You walk 2 steps behind me, and we walk like a princess and a king, not like slaves. Why? I said, if you're always running like that, your boss always will treat you, so you have to run like that. You wouldn't be able to do your job without running. But if you're the best translator, the best manager for me, you don't have to run. And she thought about, oh, that's nice. She got it then. Then we walked behind. You know, a shield, a big, you know, a curtain, and I walked fast. I said, why are you running now? She said. I said, because now nobody sees us.
Yeah. There's the theory behind the Apple computers, because the father of Steve Jobs learned him that everything has to be perfect, even from inside, where nobody will ever see it. You have to make it beautiful and the greatest possible, even from inside, where nobody will ever see it. And that's the thing, you know, do it as great as possible.
It's very simple.
But do it.
Live the best self you can be.
You have to cut out every possibilities, because you never know. Some guy screws that thing is open and looks and says, oh, look how it's inside. So you never know. And so you have to be perfect.
Yeah. Great from inside out. But still remain a human. And it is really hard. It's really hard to still be human, have feelings, be nice, be fine, and be professional and as best as you can. Really thin line to balance.
In a way, you are wrong, Charlie, because you can't behave unlike a human, because you are a human. You understand what I mean?
You meet a decent human, you know, stay.
Yeah, I mean, like nice, not be rude, like rock star, like drug chicks.
I mean, you know, that's not true.
This is character.
That's not true. No, that's not true. These are most of this stuff are stories. Because no rude person ever will get an Elvis Presley or Michael Jackson. Never.
Even when you see Falco, you know Falco, Peter. He's an Austrian musician. Maybe you heard of him too. He died a few years ago, and he was always like a prima donna in front of the camera, always misbehaving like crazy. But when he was sitting there with his friends and had a beer, he was talking completely normal. And then he said, "Oh, now the cameras come. Now the camera guys come. Now it's time to act." And he was acting. He played a role to be this kind of asshole. So
if it served him,
was good for him.
This is an interesting thing, because other than the television makers and the serial makers and this all sometimes also YouTube guys think people don't like persons for idols. They are like themselves. I don't need an idol or a star who is like me. So in a special way, you have to have an attitude. You have to be special, but not in a rude way. And if you're off stage, you're a different person. I always said you have to be 3 persons. One person when you are alone in your bathroom, then you are the real Charlie, the real Armin, the real Peter. On stage, you are the best archer of the world. And backstage, you are also a distant person from this stage archer, and you are, of course, not this person which is in your bathroom at home. You're something in between, and keep distance. All these folks are not your friends. They have to prove that they are your friends and they mean it good. And if you trust them and it's okay, then you can do it, no problem.
I'm in a self business so long that I know this, being self-employed. So many people just want to use you for something, and only few of them are really good people and good friends that remain even in bad times.
And the biggest lie everywhere around is if they say, oh, he's so authentic, he is like he is. No, we have a nice health minister, in Austria, and he walked to the president with sneakers, without the tie and with sneakers. And they say, yes, because he's like he is. He's so authentic. No, he did it on purpose. He put on these sneakers on purpose, not because he's like he is. And it's
but look at Armin. He's himself all the time. He's so fine.
This is where I have to disagree, but I'm not a showman. So this is a difference. I'm not like Peter.
You're not, absolutely.
Of course, I do sometimes, when you have 100 people, a group of 100 people, you are kind of a showman already.
You have to.
And, when you have an archery range, it's not strictly about learning, it's about entertaining. Because why come people to me and pay whatever 10, 12 euros an hour to shoot on a hay bale? They can do it at home. They can buy a hay bale for 5 euros and get a bow and arrow and shoot at the hay bale. Why do they come to me? Because I entertain them. So it's, of course, a little entertainment, but it's still, this is where I disagree a little with Peter. I'm still me. So
no. Charlie, Armin is just another level. He's a more dangerous person. He's like the Dalai Lama of archery, He's like
definitely. I feel it.
Thank you. You and your titles last time, Murat was the Elvis Presley of Turkish archery. No, thank you. You and your comparisons here. No, thank you.
Elvis Presley of Turkish archery is great, and being a Dalai Lama of archery is a good title. Armin, I'm so happy with this.
Depends how you see the Dalai Lama now. Okay, but we don't start this discussion.
Peter, and what am I? Just tell me, what am I of archery?
I can't say anything. I would, but I know you for 1 hour.
It's time yet. I know. I understand.
I know you just 1 hour. I watched some of your videos. I can say, but what I can say now, you're very professional. When I watched your videos, I saw, like you said, you make it very like you are the greatest YouTuber. And you will become, if you stay in this style, and of course, because you're making a good job, and you had a new idea, because there are a lot of archery clips around, archery movies, and I was skeptical because this guy's running in the woods. Okay, what's going on with him? But it's a great idea, and now I know more about you. I know your writing. I know you're a nice movie maker and photographer. And when we agree, because when you agree with me, you're a nice person, of course.
That's psychology. It's called psychology.
That's why Peter doesn't like me, because I don't give relatively.
I hate it.
Whatever.
Which is esoteric ideas. Oh, go away.
Yeah, But then I simply, then people who knows me then tell me always after the podcast, I saw your face, but I know what you were thinking because I know you said, I don't have to always comment everything. So simply you leave it in the room, and others shall make their comments and their ideas about it.
As a writer, Charlie knows if you like to make a good thing, you need the conflict.
Of course, always.
You need the conflict. Yeah. So if we all three agree and say, yes, everything is beautiful, and we agree, what kind of podcast this would be?
Boring.
Shit.
Yeah.
That's why it already started with a longbow archer shoots Mediterranean, and me, you know, the crazy guy has here on the wrong side of the bow, you know, shooting thumb release and whatever. That's why it's already, you know, potential clashing material. So that's why it's fine.
And Peter, have you ever tried thumb releases and Slavic releases and like this, and shooting from the right side and stuff?
Yeah, but more or less for fun, just to try it. I never trained it or
yeah.
But as I say, it's okay. It's okay.
Yeah.
To me, 3 fingers and arrow on the left side is natural, and if I stalk and walk and do it's natural for me, and I can do everything like with this style, so I don't need to change in any direction, in my opinion.
No.
Always use a technique which works for you. I don't say thumb release is the best or Slavic is the best or 3 fingers is the best. I always show people the possibilities, and then they see what they feel like. Some say, okay, thumb release is nice, but I feel better with 3 fingers.
And
stick with it.
And what you want to do, if tomorrow I wake up and say, oh no, I have to shoot now with thumb release, then I would get into and I would do it and I would practice it. But I don't like.
Yeah, you will buy some toy bow.
Yes, lady bow, some lady bow.
Lady bow. Yes, I always felt a little bit like a lady, so lady bow is great for me. yeah. Okay, that's fine.
And I also think because you're making a good thing on YouTube, that's why we came to that idea, Armin and me. To make a talk like this, because there's no nice archery talk around, no? So where very different persons come together and not.
I love it.
And then you see that some people already don't want to have this confrontation directly. They prefer to write comments. If the really weak ones, I say, they simply do then put out their negative comments on the YouTube. You will see this, or you saw it already, most probably, Charlie, negative comments, or what are you doing? You have the arrow on the wrong side, you run on my whatever, you know, many of them. And then others, they write you then in private message, oh, I saw it, and you know, I have to tell you. I said, look, why do you tell me now private? Come to the show and then we can talk. You know, this is fine.
Absolutely.
I mean, if you don't agree what Peter is saying and Peter doesn't agree what you are saying, simply come to the show and then you can exchange, because this is how, I mean, we are human beings, we communicate, and with communication we can solve a lot of things. But let's talk about it. No.
And we don't have to agree, because we
why?
We all 3 are archers.
Yeah.
So we don't have to agree.
We all should go in arrow.
Exactly. Don't need to agree.
Yeah.
I made a video. It's called Archery Elitism. Let's say no to archery elitism.
Yeah.
And I'm talking there about, like, people are like, I only shoot from the left side is the best way possible. You all are wrong if you are not doing this. And I only shoot with these broadheads and on this horse and with this color of hair and something. What are your opinion? What is your opinion of 2 of you about archery elitism? You know, how you feel it, how it looks when you meet with archery elitism. How is it like? Tell me more about this. I'm curious.
It's just stupid, because I have to choose the equipment which serves my interests, my purpose. Maybe the best idea would be a good compound bow, if you think what is the best thing in archery. But I don't like it. I like an old long bow, and you like an old horse bow, and he likes a Manchu bow, or I don't know. That's great. It's a decision. And if you have some purpose, if you say, okay, I'm into that Japanese stuff, I need that Yumi Kyudo bow. It's crazy to shoot with a Yumi bow, 2 meter 20 and arrows, crazy. But if I like to do it and it serves my purpose, it's okay. And if I think I like to go out bow fishing, I will take a fiberglass bow and a plastic roll and you know.
Yeah. The thing is how I deal with comments. In the beginning, I felt directly offended when somebody said, listen, you can't shoot with a bare thumb. You need to use, when you shoot a Turkish bow, a thumb ring. Said, look, but I do it simply without, because I don't like thumb rings. And I always started the discussions, but I saw that they don't lead anywhere when, this is always this.
These are stupid people.
And nowadays I simply tell, like I had yesterday, someone commenting on a very old video of mine where I did a comparison of a horsebow and a longbow. You need to don't lean so much forward, and you need to hold the bow like this, with these two fingers, the others are open, you need to stand upright. Most probably he's an Olympic archer. And he tried to give me now his instructions of how I have to shoot. And my answer simply was, luckily, there are more ways to reach or achieve the same goal. Thank you. So it's simply, I don't start discussing, because it doesn't make sense at all. And it doesn't make, with these, mostly they are trolls, or they know one thing, and there are many of these three-finger shooters, Olympic archers, they know only this. And now you bring the arrow on the wrong side. Oh my God, what instructor are you? You have the arrow on the wrong side.
Yeah.
You're leaving us?
No. I have to plug my computer because it's dying.
But, if you go to the toilet, turn the camera off.
I'm not sitting on the toilet. I'm in my studio.
Yeah, I'm just saying,
Yeah.
Look, why. And you only can say, in my or his or your experience, this works best for me.
Yeah.
And there's the mental part, because I like to feel like Robin Hood. I like to shoot an English longbow. Okay. And you
Absolutely.
like to feel like Rambo. You like a compound bow. It's okay.
Yeah.
It's what your picture, your vision of archery is.
Whatever you like. Yeah.
And
that's why
absolutely.
Like Murat said last time, I said this nice archery is like a tree, and there are a few big branches and a few small branches and a few twigs and a few leaves. And these are all the different kinds of styles and techniques and whatever you have, but it's all the same tree. We all should bow and arrow.
It's not about what is better.
No.
Because if, as I said, if you choose the best bow, you would choose a compound bow.
Depends on the application, I think.
Yes. But it's not competitive. It's not that I say, okay, three finger is the only good thing and thumb ring is stupid. No, if you like it, do it.
Yeah.
It's not better or worse. It's like you choose a car. One likes a Mercedes, another likes a Porsche, another one likes a big van, another one likes a pickup truck. Oh, which car is the best car? I don't know. Is the Ferrari better than the pickup truck? I don't know.
When you live in the mountains and you have to carry a lot of hay bales for your horses, you have a hard time with a Ferrari.
Yeah.
That's why it always depends.
It's absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely.
But this is what you have to deal with. So that's why
it's like the Ferrari.
Sometimes you have critics. They use a rude language. In the beginning, I always said, listen first, mind your language. If you comment on my channel, or I will block you. And now I simply block them. Like last time, we had someone commenting on Murat because they were talking about religion. And I hope he is a better archer than a liar and whatever. And I didn't even directly block him from my channel because, I don't need these people on my life,
And what most of the folks don't understand, it was also about religion with Murat. I don't say Christianity is better. He don't say Islam is better. We just talk about history. Yeah. And it don't depends which one is better or more enlightening. To me, I'm absolute non-religious, but I'm interested in history and how it got together and so on. And the people, I think they are really on a lower level.
Narrow-minded.
They don't know a lot, and then they get like extremists. Only drum release, only three fingers, only English longbow, only horsebow, only this. These are stupid people. We talk about it, and in our hearts, we are archers. And if I have an argument, if I can say why you use the thumb ring, to me that sounds funny. Why is it? So I ask about if Armin has a good explanation for it. I say, okay, well, good work. Okay.
Worst person to talk
about. But I have to ask why you're doing this. What is better if you can't deploy the other side around or so? that is not that is better or this is better. It's just learning your argument.
With my wife, we always talk about that keyboard is, the greatest way to tell your opinion. Yeah. But if you have to say this in person, like, tell me right in my eyes that I'm absolutely bullshit and I'm doing all wrong, you will not. You will not. You will say nothing. You will just, standing like, okay, but secretly at home, this was so wrong. He's jumping while shooting. It's so impossible. Why? He's crap. Just delete the channel. But tell it to my face. Just
this is a downside you have in all these social medias, because it's anonymous. They can simply sit at home. These couch potatoes, these couch experts, they know everything better. And then you get the comments.
There is a dark point to archery, and that is a lot of dumb people get drawn into archery. For some reason, archery fascinates a lot of dumb people. I can tell you a little episode. I used to give in Vienna, in the capital city of Austria, bow lessons in a restaurant. They had a separate room, and I could do this indoors or outdoors. And from 100 meters away, I could tell you if these people are coming to my lesson or going into that restaurant for lunch. You, like a predator detects, recognizes his prey. I see 50 meters. Oh, these are my clients. I don't talk bad about them, but these are different special people in many ways. And traditionalists, look, tradition. Which tradition from where? From which time? And, this is tradition, this is not tradition. Stupid.
And then when you check what means tradition means, when it's done over 2 generations, it becomes a tradition. So when you see how old a compound bow is, it's already a traditional bow. Because it's already 50 years old or something, or 60 years old, I think. So it's more than 2 generations. It's used since 2 generations. So you could say, okay, it's used since 2 generations. It's already a tradition.
And look, here, back here, I have an old compound bow. Wait a moment.
No, I have time. I don't have to edit photos. It's fine. But he does batch processing. Come on, this is do
okay,
one and then you let the other 100 run through.
He's coming back. He's coming back.
Look at that thing. If that's not a traditional bow, I don't know.
Now it is.
It's made from wood. If you draw it all the limbs are wood. When you draw it, it's like a recurve bow. It gets stronger, so it has no let off. It's heavy like shit. So today you could make a tournament with traditional compound bows if you like. So so this is all stupid.
For 5-6 people, like, okay. It will be not overcrowded, a very silent place.
Like you had with this competition with the horse archers. There was one, I met her once in Regensburg. She does riding on horse, but with a lady saddle, where you have both legs on one side. So she doesn't split the legs and rides like this. And she does this.
It's possible.
It's possible. And she did it. And then in the competition, she was obviously the only one. So she shot like maybe crap, but she still won because she was the only one.
If you want to win, make your own competition. Definitely. That's why I made running archery, right? Idea. I'm the only one, so I'm the best.
You rule. Of course, you're the best here.
Of course.
But I will visit you.
No. I have one student. I have one person who is completed in 100% my online course on Udemy. So we're 2. We're like sets from Star Wars, like master, and the student. So I'm just waiting for him when he will kill me. I will make his own student, and he will get killed. And the story of Star Wars.
Always the same story, but you get over it,
but you don't know if you get into event making, maybe you can do a kind of tournament with running archery. If you with time What?
Yeah, I have rules. I know how it will work. You know, it will be depend on the time and on how accurate you are. So you can focus more on speed or accuracy or combining. And yes.
Biathlon,
I can see that it might be an Olympic sport once. You know, like in 2348.
Yeah. No, and then it's into the. You say it in English the same, in the zeitgeist. It's in the zeitgeist because you're young, sporty, vegetarian, running, archery. Oh, not vegetarian, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, I know.
No, it feels a nice gap, and I think there is surely good interest.
Yeah.
Depending how you sell it.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah, absolutely. I need to make waves like, there's running archery. Here we are. Just join us.
Some people are simply bored of simply running through the forest, jogging. But give them a bow and an arrow and let them jog it. Oh, there's a target. Oh, there's a target. Oh, they completely transform it into something new. So it's interesting.
Instruct 3 persons who you can use when you invite the national television to do it on television.
Yeah.
You make a kind of mini event just staged for the television. They will get it into national television, and then who knows?
Yeah, that's a good idea. I'll make more students in Czech Republic or in close countries, and let's do it. Yeah, I feel the same. It just needs time and more videos on my channel.
And
we will come.
Very important. You need a good logo, a running archer logo.
I have it, and I will reveal it soon. It's so secret right now.
Polo shirts.
Polo shirts for running archery. I need something sporty, like materials, more materials. How you want to run in a polo shirt and shoot a bow? You will look like.
No, but they don't only run; they walk in the evening. Then after running, they go and have them party. Then they need to have still the logo on it.
Okay.
Always need to have a logo
with the smoothie drink and the polo shirt.
Yeah, smoothie
drink and the polo shirt.
Yeah.
Peter, this doesn't look like an event you want to attend to.
Oh yeah, I would love it.
Peter, come and where is my smoothie drink? And we all like, Peter, who you are and what you did to Peter.
I asked for a smooth whiskey. I'm sorry, I misunderstood.
Yeah. I'm smoothie with mine. Where is this smoothie Chicken Daniels bar?
Yeah.
It's really fun to talk to you, Charlie. I can tell you.
Yeah, I'm trying. Just it's hard.
Try your best.
So hard.
But
cool.
But we always try to invite interesting persons, and you, of course, you are interesting. And if we invite you again, maybe we can make a really nice archery talk magazine. If you always invite interesting people, and what I want to ask you, if you like to come again in 2 months or in 1 month, and we talk again.
Yeah, of course.
He's the guy like Murat. We can talk for hours.
About. Yeah, especially with him, it's interesting to see his progress in what he's doing because he just started out, so to say. So it's interesting to see which way
his mental progress.
What?
His mental progress. No,
it's fine.
I can handle the fork right now.
No, don't worry.
I can write.
Everything is fine. Everything will be fine. Don't worry. For the rest, we have medication.
I thought.
Yes.
I thought Armin means every time you're in our podcast, you will get more clever. So we can see the progress.
You have not more clever, but you have more experience to share. And how it works. Maybe next time you have already 3-4 students and you do already, maybe you did already a small mini competition with them that you see how it works, and then you can explain. And this people like competitions.
Very important. 2 of these 4 students have to be beautiful girls.
Yeah, of course.
Of course, just for the pictures. For the pictures.
Yes, for the pictures.
When a girl is running, it's different.
Yeah. when you only have
Peter, I saw your face and I didn't like it. No, I don't like what I saw right now. It was not beautiful old man who likes to look for beautiful young women. It was so sleek.
when the girls run, you need to make slow motion, okay, 120 frames per second.
Yeah, I got it.
140 frames per second. Nice slow motion. I know this camera is capable of that. We see everything, every motion nice. Only about archery. I only talk about archery. I don't care about.
Of course. We need to control the elbow. Yes,
of course,
absolutely. Yeah. And the release, and the focus and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
And when they jump and everything, it's.
But of course, we need to give them some clothes rules. So you need to have some. If you need advice, ask Peter. He will tell you what they shall wear.
Yeah. I
will ask everybody not be there because I'm scared what they will wear.
Yeah, you have still a little.
Armin knows. Yeah. I was not worldwide, but in Europe, I'm sure I was the first one to put a professional photo model into archery advertising. Tanya Baumgartner. Of course, all the archers, a model, she can shoot and so, but I had wonderful pictures with a wonderful lady with a bow and arrow.
So yeah.
It's like it always helps, of course. And I mean, as you see, my YouTube channel, 90% male, 10% female. So you need to have some eye candy sometimes.
Eye candy, yeah, definitely. We need eye candy. So yeah, I'll bring eye candy into my show. I'll teach somebody. My wife is pretty beautiful, so I can teach her archery, and she'll do it.
Yeah.
But she hates to run, so that's the problem. She will do only shooting, stationary shooting, and photos. Photos will be beautiful. Photos will be nice.
Yeah.
Instagram will, skyrocket it.
Yeah. So make.
Armin like.
No, I'm really watching it. It's this from a professional point of view. All the guys say, "Oh, and that model do you and so and with her." I said, "My friend, it's my profession. It's not because I like to look at her tits. It's because I like to make good pictures."
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. So yeah, I find some models and I'll make some beautiful photo shoot, and we'll do it. I'll teach some beautiful women. I know a girl who was in the event. It's called like Miss Universe, but in Czech Republic only. And she's pretty nice, and she lives just 20 kilometers away. So I will invite her, and probably she will talk English because these girls are most of the time okay. And I already made photos of her. And I would show you because I have a client who has 3D printed violoncello, and we need to make beautiful pictures. So of course we asked her, and
and Charlie, for a model, good pictures with archery equipment and so on, they are good for them because it's different. Nobody has them. Other companions don't have. And if you can direct them to stand the right position, and so not like we see on Facebook, some beautiful women holding the bow like this, that's not the thing. So you can easily get her into this. And if she has a clip running and shooting just 2 shots, it's good for her and good for you.
Yeah.
And good for
This sounds great. This sounds great. I'll prepare this. Yeah. Soon you can expect beautiful ladies on my channel.
Yeah, but Peter is right. They had here in Malta this Venere show. There was always a bunch of girls, and then they made like this beauty contest, and one was a winner. And then they asked me if they can bring 3 completely styled up for archery. I said, yeah, of course, come. And one day they came, then camera guys and everything. And then the photographer, the light is not nice. We take no first photo. Said, no, first I show them how to hold bow and arrow and how to shoot. Because I hate photos of models that don't know what bow and arrow means, and they hold them like whatever, like a skewer or whatever. It looks stupid. So they
that's bad. That's wrong.
So I made them first shoot a few arrows, and I said, now you can take your photos and your videos, and then it was looking good because they knew now already. Okay, this is the bow, how to hold it, arrows and whatever. Then they knew the stuff, and it was fine. Then it was looking good. It was funny.
I have only one question. Who will look to this video until this moment? From the beginning until now, all video. I want to know the name. Just please place your name down in the comments. Like, I heard it all.
write in the comments who watched the whole. How long is it now? We started at what, 7? It's 9 now.
Charlie, I just can talk about myself. And I used to look Joe Rogan podcast, you know, Joe Rogan. It's the most successful. It's the most successful podcast and talk on the internet. Joe Rogan has more viewers than
Joe Rogan. I know.
Yeah. And some of his podcasts are 3 hours, 4 hours, and I watched them because it was interesting. The questions he asked were interesting. The guests were interesting. So I really enjoyed it. So I don't know. It's another target group.
And the thing is, you don't have to watch it in one go. Of course, some people told me it's too long. If it would be half-hour sessions, then make a part 2 and a part 3. Said, simply stop after half an hour and watch it later. If you don't have this discipline to do, that you see, okay, I watched this, I leave the tab open on my computer and I watch it simply later, continue.
And nowadays they watch it while, they listen to it while driving with the bicycle or the car because they don't need to see us. They just...
It's my tomorrow. Podcast, 8 hours of podcast and something like this. Yeah. In a car.
I don't listen any music except on weekend sometimes, but just watching, listening to talks all day long.
And do you listen to music when you write books? For example, I do very much like to listen to music when I write books. It helps me to build the tension and the emotions. Like it just works for me. No? Silence?
No, I have a podcast in the background and something I hear from this podcast and something I don't hear. And
wow. So you're able to write when you listen to
I don't listen.
What?
I don't listen.
I don't have selective mind, so I just listen to everything.
It's just maybe like that old writers which were sitting in the coffee house and there were a lot of people talking and they don't hear the.
That's different. That's different. That's different.
The background noise, which
sort of background noise, white noise.
Is silent.
When I lean back,
it's okay for me. I'm fine with this. Yeah,
of course.
But listen back, to something I want to listen to, and then I write the book.
Then I stop writing. If it becomes very interesting and I so my brain finds some keywords in this podcast,
keyword, that's it, that's good.
Then I stop writing and listen, or I say I have to listen to this later with concentration. Now I have to write. Both things are possible. But I don't need music.
I don't need it too, but I just like it when there's dramatic scene or something. I like to support it with the music so it has more dynamic and I can just fill it with all the things that are coming from the music.
Like the soundtrack in the movies.
Definitely, I for example, I make specific playlists for each book. So I listen to specific music and I will never go back for this. For this book it works, but not for nothing else. And I have to make absolutely new playlist.
What I'm absolutely not able to do is I don't like music. I don't understand the texts. So maybe I'm too concentrated in music. When I listen to music, I listen to the words, what they're singing. And so...
I listen to music with no words, so I don't care. It's like the epic modern music with like strings and something and guitars and whatever. So
when there's vocals,
there's no
I
words.
listen to the vocals.
I don't.
If I listen to music, I enjoy the vocals. So it's important to me to understand and to hear the vocals. So I listen consciously.
Consciously, yeah.
Consciously, I
active listening.
I don't listen to music just so. I listen.
I don't. I listen mostly only instrumental music, but because I don't like lyrics that much.
I only sing in a car, so
I listen to music. Is a different thing.
Yeah. So if I know I have a long ride and I'm falling asleep, I need to sing some, metal rocks things to wake up.
No, I only listen to Johnny Cash, to Dean Martin, and to Elvis Presley.
High quality music. So yes,
just I know what I get.
And Yes, and you can't get some negative things because you know what you will get. Definitely, that's the best explanation. You nailed it, Peter. You nailed it.
Really,
that's it.
Yep.
Should we leave it like this for today? I mean, we will invite you if you want for sure another time. We are now at more than 2 hours, I think, so we should finally come to an end for today, I guess.
Yeah, is it at least a record? Is the longest stream yet until now?
I think so. Yes, the last
one
was
good.
45.
I like to be phrased at something.
When you have someone new you never spoke before, then it's of course always first catching up and bringing everyone to the same level, and then talking about things. It always sometimes gets a little off then, but it's fine.
Great talk. Great talk.
It was a great talk.
Yeah, it was really amazing. I enjoyed it so much. I was a little nervous, like what can I expect from Peter? I was a little scared, like he will be nitpicking, so it will be like running archery. So bleh. And Peter, you're pretty nice, man. You're a pretty nice person. I like you. I can say publicly, I like you. You're just a very fine man.
I like you too.
Yeah, so you're metrosexual right now because you like when you're sharing your emotions.
So guys, this is too much emotion for me.
I don't
start crying here, okay? You can hug each other, but then it's fine, okay? Huggy, yes, that's good.
Okay, so let's stay connected, in contact.
Absolutely. I'm looking forward to you to send me the link to the program that is able to,
I have to write
the text of the books translate in better quality than Google.
While we are on sending, can you send me the links to your YouTube channels, because I put them then in the description of this video. Even your Instagram and whatever you want me to put there, I put it in. Okay.
Yeah, send you everything, Armin.
Thank you very much for joining.
You will not get rid of me.
It was a great pleasure to talk to you. A very interesting guy, very professional, as you said, Peter. I like this. I like to work with professionals. Yes.
Thanks a lot for inviting me. I was so surprised that you invited me. So it was like, okay, I'm so small channel and doing something so
archery. I'm for the variety, because in the beginning we had a lot about hunting and hunting again and hunting again. And I was like, okay, we need to show now something complete on the other.
Hunting.
What was that like? Hunting.
Yes, we had also some stuff about lady warriors.
Yeah, he didn't like it at all. Yeah. Oh.
Lady warriors. Oh my God.
Okay.
Nice. Thank you very much.
See
you next time.
Thank you a lot, guys.
People down there, please don't forget to subscribe, to all our YouTube channels in the description box, and write your comments. And please, we want to know this time who was really watching the whole episode of this broadcast fully. Please write in the comments. I did. We will do one day a giveaway, and you will all participate.
Yeah,
or something.
They will get some hairs from our.
No, I thought about maybe some Baldrian or something that they calm down, because they must probably go gaga, some tranquilizers or something.
Or used slippers or something like that.
No, hey, whatever works.
And yours?
Of course.
Of course. It's the first time I don't want to
Armin's.
His ones can be used as a 2-person tent,
Armin doesn't use slippers,
Of course not.
At first we have to make a podcast about string walking.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. How you walk with a string on.
Yeah.
Invite Borat for next time.
Oh no.
You are in string instruments too, so come on.
String instruments, like the crossbow.
He said he's a guitarist, so he knows string instruments.
He knows about.
Hey. Oh, this is the 3D printed violoncello?
This is 3D printed violoncello, yes.
Wow.
It's an amazing instrument. It normally is big, but this is very lightweight, nice. The leg is there. My client makes it, and it's pretty beautiful. They're right now going to Kickstarter with this, and photos will be from me, of course.
Nice color.
Yeah, nice. So we can do string things. Just
exactly. String walking. String.
nice color.
I picked this specially for you. I have a black, I have silver, but this one is for you, Peter.
Yeah, of course.
I want to make you happy.
Oh, that's great. That's wonderful.
We understand.
Really appreciate it.
Yeah, it's a ballot for Peter.
So have fun with your Barbie toys.
You don't play. You don't play this like this. I just played like a guitar, and this is obvious a mistake.
Do a little practice.
Okay, so guys, come to an end now. Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much. Signing off for today. See you next time. Thank you very much. Bye bye. Ciao, ciao.
Bye bye.